Hey Al, this is Tommy Hedros, and I'm giving you a little website audit of your pest control company. We specialize in small business marketing, and Google itself has made a lot of changes in the last year, and it's affected people's local listings specifically. And with the pest control, we know swarming season's coming up, so if you're interested in knowing more just about like where you stand right now with the internet and how customers are finding you, how they are viewing you, and what your reputation is like online. That's kind of what I'm going to go over in this video. I'm not going to take up too much of your time. It's going to be a good overview to let you know where you stand, and then if you want to move forward with kind of cleaning up some of these things, then of course that's our services that we provide. So let's dig into it real quick. This is a quick Google search for Pest Control New Orleans. As you know, on Google, they have their ads first, their map second, and then their organic listings third. Okay, they've done away with the ads on the right-hand side. If that was something just done earlier this year. They've also done away with 7 listings in the map pack. Now there's only 3. That's been done in this past year, actually, just the last few months. And they've made it mandatory to have your website to be mobile responsive. And they do that because at the end of the day, Google wants its users to be able to search, find, and be an enjoyable experience whenever they're finding everything, whether that's on a desktop or mobile. And of course, as you know, everybody's mobile nowadays. Okay. So with that being said, where does Alpest stand up? Well, let's start with the mobile test. And we're using Google as the measuring stick for these things. Of course, Bing and the other search engines have their own thing, but everybody derives off of what Google does. Okay. This is a simple website that Google provides, the mobile friendly test. I put in Alpestcontrol's domain, and this is basically how Google sees your website. It is the text is too small, the links are too close together, and you can just tell that if this was on a little small phone, you'd be fat fingering, hitting links, and not having to zoom and manipulate stuff. It's very frustrating for the user, and they're gonna bounce off your page pretty quick. So a website redesign is something that you would highly want to consider. Ads, I don't know. I don't think that you're running ads unless you might have a satellite site, but you're pretty much all organic and there's no paid keywords. This is another tool that kind of audits your sites and kind of gives me a rundown of what the competition's doing in your area, as well as keywords and how it looks on the first page of Google. And there's a reason that E&G Pest Control, Billet Pest Control, and these guys are in the top spot is because they're doing what Google wants. They have content, valuable content on their website. They're mobile responsive. They have their infrastructure set up so that Google says, yes, this is exactly what this customer wants, is what they have on their website. Now, you are not that far off, Al. It's really close. Let me move this you can see you're just right outside the bubble of being in this top map pack. This is what I call like the digital gold rush right now. The whole internet's in a industrial it's kind of like the new industrial revolution. It's the launching of all these different mega platforms and stuff like that, where before it was very hard for smaller businesses to be able to leverage it. But with these local listings of map packs, being in these top 3 is a gold mine. This is like rushing out to the old west and staking your claim, right on the river that's having the most gold to be siphoning through. So we can put the infrastructure in place to get you there. And to give you an example, like whenever right now your business is unclaimed in Google's eyes, so we can get you set up with that. When you don't claim your business, you don't have control over your reviews. So, people can come in here and say, incredibly unprofessional, but then at the same time, great person to work with. Maybe you could give some context to what might have gone on with this one. They were probably just grumpy gills, or, and of course this is from 4 years ago. But this has been your reputation up until 2 weeks ago, Al. Your reputation was incredibly unprofessional, and from the recent review, that doesn't seem to be the case. You seem to have your stuff together. So, we can definitely get a grip on this, and that will bring me to the next thing about reputation on the internet. Your reputation is based off of your influence that you have across the web. You want to have your company in as many different directories and listings as possible. It's a very tedious process, but it's very doable. That's what we do specialize in. And so we would help, you are in some of them, we would help get you into the key ones. Like Yelp is definitely one that you want to be getting into. Yelp is a very, very powerful tool to be using. If I go back to our page listing here, you can see number 1, Yelp. For brands pest control. This has been a very, 28 clicks, just from being associated with these reviews. I mean, people want to find you, and it's setting yourself up to be found, okay? And I'm going to leave you with one last thing, okay, before I wrap this up, because I know your time's valuable. And that's, the mega platform that is Facebook, okay? With Facebook, what we're able to do, and this is something that you might want to consider going into swarming season, is they have a tremendous amount of information on people, okay? This is just for Kenner, Metairie, New Orleans, Slidell, general area that you probably service. And it gives me the age ranges. It gives me what they like, what area that they're living in dominantly. What kind of activity behaviors do they do online? Their household, it lets us know how many of them are homeowners, 69%. But check this out, Al, all right? If we want to dial this in even more, I can go down here and we'll click homeowners. Now this data is 100% homeowners, which I know is probably an ideal customer for you, is a homeowner. We can dial this in even more, saying multifamily home. We can add in single home or take that away, one or the other. And the data, adjust accordingly so that we can specifically target your ideal customer and be able to provide them value, get them in touch with you, and be able to, have a win-win for both sides. So I could go a lot more in depth with how these tools are used, but I just wanted to give you a quick, rundown of where you stand in the internet's eyes and Google. Like, to recap, your website is not mobilely optimized, so you're getting dinged for it, which that's probably why we're right outside the top spot of that digital gold rush, okay? When it comes to your organic listings, I think you weren't on the first page. You were on the second. Yeah, you were on the second page of Google. Okay. And from the looks of it, I don't know, you might have a satellite site that uses ads. But you don't have any ads. And that's where a lot of these companies like Fisher, let's see, I believe I put theirs in here. And like I said, I'm going to wrap this up soon. I don't want to take up any more of your time. But if you're feeling what I'm going over and you're like, this is, something that you've been meaning to get into, look, this, they got 97% of their traffic is coming from paid clicks. Okay, so they're getting a lot of visitors, a lot of customers from those advertisings. And we do manage AdWords. We do provide lead generation websites. And that complements your current one, to be able to utilize that. So we're going to keep this under 10 minutes, Al. I want to thank you for your time. I want you to just reach out to me if any of this is something that you want to know more about. If at the very least we can, if anything, build you a fresh new website, okay? Start from there, and then if you're wanting to do some more, we'd be happy to do that with you. But I want to thank you for taking the time, and I look forward from hearing back from you.